8, 5, 3. That is how many models Mitsubishi was selling in Australian showrooms in 2022, then 2024, then right now in 2026. In 4 years, one of the most recognizable car brands in this country has gone from 8 nameplates to 3. And the buyers who purchased Mitsubishis during that period, who own an Eclipse Cross, a Pajero Sport, an RS, an Outlander PHEV, are right to ask the question that almost nobody is answering clearly. What does a brand in contraction mean for the car sitting in your driveway? What happens to its resale value, its service support, its trade-in offer, and its future? We tracked the VFACTS data, the model exits, and the dealer network changes. And we are going to answer that question, model by model, for every car Mitsubishi currently sells or recently stopped selling in Australia. First, the numbers that frame everything. Mitsubishi sold 76,991 vehicles in Australia in 2022. In 2025, they sold 61,198, a fall of 9% year-on-year, the biggest drop of any brand in Australia's top 10. Jom and Bide, who between them sold over 105,000 vehicles in 2025, are now directly behind Mitsubishi in the sales charts and closing fast. The CEO of Mitsubishi Australia, Sean Westcott, resigned unexpectedly in September 2025. His replacement, Shunichi Kihara, officially started on January 5, 2026. As Care Expert described it, the new CEO inherited falling sales and stronger rivals on his very first day. What makes this story different from a standard brand decline is the specific cause. Mitsubishi did not simply lose market share to better competitors, although that happened too. They had 3 of their most popular models removed from the Australian lineup by regulation. Australian Design Rule 98.0 updated EB requirements that came into force on March 1, 2025, eliminated 3 Mitsubishi models that could not meet the new standard. The Eclipse Cross Petrol, the Pajero Sport, and the old Asks. Together, those 3 accounted for 38% of Mitsubishi's total Australian annual volume, removed in one regulatory update. Here is what that means for every Mitsubishi currently on Australian roads, model by model. The Pajero Sport, gone from Australian showrooms as of early 2025. Existing dealer stock was cleared and no replacement has been confirmed for this specific vehicle. The Pajero Sport had a loyal following, particularly among regional and rural buyers who wanted genuine off-road capability at a price point well below the Land Rover and Toyota Prado bracket. It was not a modern vehicle, but it was dependable, well understood by mechanics nationwide, and capable in conditions that most SUVs avoid. For current Pajero Sport owners, the short-term picture is fine. Mitsubishi has a national dealer network and a 10-year warranty commitment, and part supply for a recently discontinued model does not evaporate overnight. But the medium-term picture is more complex. When a vehicle stops being sold new, the pool of buyers competing for used examples begins to narrow. Mechanics who specialized in that model move on to vehicles they can actually sell. And the further from the discontinuation date, the harder it becomes to answer the question every used car buyer asks first. What does it cost to maintain, and where do I take it? The Pajero Sport is not a car to panic sell. But if you own one and are planning to sell in the next 2 to 3 years, the window in which used demand is strongest is now, not later. The original asks, axed, and replaced by something that is not really a replacement at all, at least not for the buyers who chose the old one. The old Ask was selling approximately 500 units per month in Australia as recently as August 2025, according to VFACTS data. It was genuinely popular because it was genuinely affordable, an entry-level Mitsubishi that gave buyers the brand and the 5-year warranty at a price point under $30,000. The new Asks is a rebadged Renault Captur, an honest, well-reviewed car in its own right. But it is not the same proposition. It costs significantly more than what it replaces, starting around $39,990 compared to the old model at under $27,000. Car Sales noted directly the Renault-based new Ask is significantly more expensive than the car it replaces and will not achieve anything like the same volume. For owners of the old Asks, your car has been discontinued and replaced by something that costs $13,000 more and targets a different buyer entirely. The used market for your specific model will stay active for some years. It is a common, well-supported vehicle. But it will not have the prop of a continuing new model driving buyer familiarity and service network investment. Values will drift downward more quickly than they would have if the old Ass had stayed in production. The Eclipse Cross Petrol, and this is the one that puts its owners in the most exposed position of any Mitsubishi currently on Australian roads. The Eclipse Cross Petrol was not just discontinued, it was banned from further import into Australia. Under Australian Design Rule 98 Eclato, it failed the updated autonomous emergency braking requirements. Mitsubishi could not meet the standard. Production of the petrol variant ceased. And no new examples can enter the country. In 2023, the Eclipse Cross was selling 7,786 units in Australia annually, a genuinely significant volume. By August 2025, that was down to approximately 200 units per month as existing stock was cleared. And now, nothing. The specific combination of factors facing Eclipse Cross petrol owners is the most challenging on this list. An import ban signals to the used market that the car has no future pathway in this country. No new stock arriving to maintain brand familiarity and service investment. And the Eclipse Cross PHEV, which is technically a different vehicle and remains on sale, does not carry its petrol siblings' residual values upward with it. If you own an Eclipse Cross petrol and you are within 12 months of when you plan to sell, move that timeline forward. The window in which this car will attract competitive offers from multiple buyers is narrowing faster than the standard depreciation curve suggests. This channel publishes new research every week on the Australian car market, the data dealers already have, that most buyers find out about too late. Subscribe now. Every video we publish could save you thousands of dollars. The Eclipse Cross PHEV. Still on sale, and on the surface, still a reasonable vehicle, it offers up to 55 kilometers of electric range, all-wheel drive, and the Mitsubishi PHEV system that the Outlander has used since 2013. But look at what is happening in the new car market right now. As of mid-2026, Mitsubishi is offering $5,000 cash bonus on the Eclipse Cross PHEV Aspire and ES variants and $10,000 cash bonus on the higher spec models. Deals that large on a current model new car send one specific message to every buyer looking at a used example. Why would I pay close to new car money for a second-hand one when Mitsubishi is handing $10,000 off the new price right now? Used values follow new car pricing. When manufacturers discount aggressively, used equivalents soften in lockstep. The Eclipse Cross PHEV is also still using platform technology first developed in 2018, now competing against updated Korean and Chinese PHEVs, offering significantly more electric range for similar or less money, brand new. The FBT exemption on plug-in hybrids ended March 31, 2025, removing the fleet incentive that had driven a significant portion of PHEV purchases. Fleet returns from those vehicles will now enter the used market in volume. The pressure on Eclipse Cross PHEV used values is coming from multiple directions simultaneously. The Outlander PHEV. Australia's most affordable 7-seat capable plug-in hybrid family SUV. A genuine proposition for buyers who need the configuration and cannot stretch to a Land Rover or a European alternative. But the same dynamic affecting the Eclipse Cross PHEV applies here with even larger dollar amounts. $10,000 in cash bonuses on new Outlander PHEV variants as of early 2026. That is an instant $10,000 in depreciation the moment a new example leaves the showroom, and it tells every buyer looking at a 2 or 3-year-old used Outlander PHEV exactly how the market is pricing the vehicle right now. The Outlander PHEV's FBT advantage, which drove significant fleet purchases and propped up used demand through 2022 to 2024, ended with the broader PHEV FBT exemption in March 2025. The car sales editorial team noted directly, demand for the Outlander PHEV powertrain has fallen since the FBT eradication. When the incentive that drove a large portion of demand disappears, the used values that depended on it follow. For Outlander PHEV owners, the car is solid, well-built, and genuinely capable. But the circumstances around it have changed materially, and your Red Book valuation 6 months ago is not the same number today. And then there is the Triton, the one genuine bright spot in Mitsubishi's Australian story right now. Despite everything happening around it, the Triton grew its combined volume modestly in 2025 and outperformed several major ute rivals. An updated Triton is confirmed for 2026. The nameplate is known, understood, and respected by the fleet buyers and tradies who dominate ute purchasing in this country. Triton owners are in the strongest position of anyone driving a current Mitsubishi. The ute segment has historically provided more stable residual values than the SUV segment, because fleet demand, which is driven by practical requirements rather than brand preference, keeps used supply moving. And the Triton's established service network and nationwide parts availability are not at risk in the near term. The caveat: the Bide Shark 6 is in the ute segment now. Permanently. As the Chinese ute builds fleet trust and service infrastructure over the next 2 to 3 years, it will compete directly for the buyers who currently default to the Triton. That is not an immediate Triton problem, but it is the horizon that every ute buyer in Australia needs to be looking at. Every vehicle on this list is measured against 2 benchmarks, one for each segment Mitsubishi occupies. For the SUV buyers, the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid retained 81 to 84% of its value after 3 years, according to CanStar's 2025 Red Book analysis. Not discontinued, not import banned, not supported by $10,000 cash bonuses that signal market distress. A vehicle whose manufacturer fell just 0.6% in Australian sales across all of 2025. For the ute buyers, the Toyota Hilux. Still the most consistently traded in vehicle at Australian dealers. Still the vehicle dealers compete for at auction. The benchmark against which every other ute's residual value is measured, including the Triton. The Mitsubishi vehicles on this list are not all in crisis. The Triton is fine. The Pajero Sport and Ask owners have time, but less of it than they did 12 months ago. The Eclipse Cross petrol owners are in the most exposed position, and the PHEV owners are watching new car incentives drain the floor out from under their used values in real time. The pattern Mitsubishi is following in Australia is not unique. Brands that contract their lineups, replace departing CEOs mid-crisis, and discount current stock heavily to maintain volume are sending the same set of signals. They are not the signals of a brand on the way up. Getting your Red Book valuation today and checking it again in 6 months is not pessimism. It is the most straightforward piece of financial advice available to any current Mitsubishi owner in Australia. Subscribe now. Every week, we track exactly what is moving in the Australian car market before it moves past you.